All right, what's going on, guys? Happy New Year. Welcome back to Proper MMA. This weekend, we got UFC 311 to kick off the pay-per-views this year. We got Islam Makhachev defending his lightweight title against Arman Tsarukyan for the second time. This is the second time they're fighting. And for the co-main event, we got Merab Dvalishvili fighting Nurmagomedov for the bantamweight title. We're going to be just giving like our opinions and thoughts on most of the card. We're going to start from like some of the prelims into the main card. We won't be doing the early prelims, but we'll be covering from the prelims to the main card, just giving our thoughts and predictions.
First fight, it's going to be Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. I've seen some of the, what's called Grant's like highlights and stuff, and I've noticed that like a lot of his finishes are from the back, and he has like really good back control.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I think he was like on a streak for a while, and then he got like knocked out by like Bobby.
Yeah.
You know.
Bobby Green, yeah.
And I was doing research on Diego Ferreira, and he's actually fought Dustin Poirier.
That's one thing that I'm considering in this fight is like, since Dawson got knocked out by Bobby Green, like, is his chin like, is it good? You know, like, can he actually take a good punch? Was that just like he just got unlucky with that? Because like if he's fighting this guy and this guy catches him, I think he could go down again. I feel like Dawson has like the grappling advantage in this fight, so I think if he can kind of outlast Diego, I think he can kind of put a pace on him and just like out grapple him.
I don't know, from the looks of it, Diego Ferreira, like, they're both lightweights, but I like Dawson looks way more like dense. You know what I mean? And like, and obviously he's younger than him.
That's what I was just about to say. Like,
but
Diego's pushing 40 right now.
Yeah, and so like I don't know how like him cutting for so many years, you know, will take a toll on his like performance and all that stuff. I feel like Grant Dawson's gonna win either by like TKO or like submission, but I feel like most likely like by submission.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I see him winning by, I'd say, submission, or I can see him just like out grinding Diego to a decision. Like I can see him getting like a unanimous decision for all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got Grant Dawson. The next fight of the night, we got Bogdan Guskov versus Billy Elekana. And Billy, this is like, I don't know if this is his first fight in the UFC, but I know this is like last minute for him. He's stepping in to replace Johnny Walker because he pulled out due to an injury. This Bogdan guy, he's been kind of on a roll. I've been hearing people describe him as like Anthony Smith's evil twin, because he's like doing everything Anthony Smith can't do.
Yeah. I honestly didn't even know about this Bogdan guy. Like, to be honest, like I just, you know, I just saw the picture and like who was fighting. I was like, bro, this guy looks like Anthony Smith's like little brother. You know what I mean? I heard that his name Johnny Walker was gonna fight, but I didn't even know that he pulled out. Yeah. You know? I
think it was just for his own good too, because I think we're gonna see like another like Johnny Walker cartoon knockout. Yeah, I feel like Bogdan's gonna win this one just because he's been prepping a lot more. It's Billy's first fight, or last minute fight. So I feel like Bogdan's gonna win this probably by TKO or KO, like within the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, and then just also having like just more preparation, you know, and being in like physical peak like shape, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to like people pulling out of fights, it's either like they like get super lucky or something, you know, or you just get obliterated like Kobe. Like,
yeah. Got Bogdan too?
Yeah, I got Bogdan. Right after that, it's going to be Sergey Spivak versus Jelton Almeida. Almeida, yeah. I was watching a lot of Spivak's like highlights and stuff, and some of his fights that he's had, and he honestly has a lot of like, he's really good at like wrestling and stuff, and has like a lot of like good like judo throws, even like trips when he's up against the cage, or even in the center of like the octagon. Yeah. And like really, I think it's dusting, but freaking catching dust around, but yeah, he has really good takedowns and stuff, and ground and pound. But from Jelton, I've seen a couple of his fights, and like he has good jiu-jitsu and stuff, you know. From what I've noticed, he just like, he'll get on top of them and like do some ground and pound, but it's just not really as effective. Yeah. From the fights that I've seen, you know.
There's a lot of like lay and pray.
Yeah, I feel like he has like a better chance like winning on the feet, you know, unless he subs them, you know what I mean? Okay. And then this dude Spivak, he's actually The way I recognize him is because in UFC 4 and like 5, he's like the tallest fighter. Well, I don't know. He's like the tallest fighter. Like when you choose him, he's like hella tall. Like, and he like his head is above the octagon.
Oh no. Yeah.
So that's what when I saw him, I was like, oh bro, I know this guy. Like I've used him and stuff. But I don't know. Like from what I've seen, I feel like Spivak has it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you think like he'll be able to like stop Almeida's like ground game and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think so, dude. Because I know Spivak's been fighting for a long time. You know, and like Gelatin kind of like has the same like experience as what? I don't know.
Like a Tsarukyan or something.
Yeah, you know, like he's just younger. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you never know what happens with heavyweight either way. You know,
yeah, it's like it's one punch away from always being ended. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But so you got Spivak winning that one?
Yeah, I got Spivak.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gelatin Almeida just cause like I think I don't know. I feel like his ground game's pretty good. I can see him doing the same thing like he did against Derek Lewis, where he's just kind of laying there and just keeping position and just keeping the points and not really doing much with it. So yeah, I'll probably go with Gelatin Almeida.
Yeah, because that's a lot. That's how I remember him. Like at Derek Lewis's fight, I was like, he literally had like back control and mount.
He had mount like the whole time.
Yeah, and like he was like not doing nothing, you know. He was like on top of him celebrating. I'm just like, bro, you still have like a whole like couple minutes left. You're doing.
Yeah, and then the last fight of the prelims, we got Peyton Talbott versus Raoni Barcelos, and Peyton Talbott's one of these guys who's like, I've talked about him before. He's like an up and coming like rookie. People I've been seeing a lot of comparisons to like Sean O'Malley and stuff like that. Yeah. He has real crisp boxing. He has like good takedown defense, good takedowns even. He has good submissions.
Yeah.
I think he's one of those guys who I feel like is going to become a top contender. And I don't really see Raoni giving him much issues, especially now in his career. Now he's a little older. I can see Peyton Talbott kind of just like touching him up with 1-2s and just like just giving him a hard time closing the distance.
Yeah, just slipping and jabbing, you know, cutting corners, you know, just being like I guess diverse in his movement and like funky with it, you know what I mean? And I feel like especially with like with what's his name? Barcelos, yeah. Like real like old school and like traditional, you know what I mean? And like who knows like how that style will affect them. Choose like the upcoming prospect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope they don't rush into the top like super quick and he just gets smashed like immediately, you know.
Kind of like what they're even doing with like Bo Nickel.
Yeah.
Just like slowly inching his way towards the top.
Yeah. But Bo Nickel's different though. They give him like last minute, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I gotta say Peyton, you know.
Yeah. Me too. I'm gonna go with Peyton Talbott, but I want to say first round KO, but he's kind of, I feel like sometimes like he needs that adjustment time. Yeah. Like when he knocked out Cameron Simon.
Yeah.
But he has the power to kind of get it done in the first round too. So I think it's going to be the first or second round he's going to knock out Raoni Barcelos. In the first fight of the main card, we got Kevin Holland versus Reinier de Ridder. And this is one of those fights where like Kevin Holland, bro, he either shows up
or he does some bull.
Or he quits because of a rib injury, you know. and I think this is one of those times where he's gonna try to make an effort, but like once he sees like no success, he's gonna kind of throw it out the window and just be like, yeah, this wasn't my night, guys. Reinier de Ridder, like he's kind of, you know, everyone online was saying like he's like they're comparing him to like Duplessis because he has like a sloppy like funky style. Like it's not too like it's not too familiar with like the style we're used to.
He'll blitz on you and
but even with his like, he has good ground game. He has like a good control and everything like that. So I feel like he'll definitely give Kevin Holland some problems, especially when you see like Holland, like he struggles against like those kind of guys. Like I think he fought Roman Dolidze, and that's who he broke his rib against. When he fought Hamzat,
or any sort of like grappler, bro. Like,
and that's what I mean. Like I feel like Reinier, like this is kind of like a chance for him to get his name out there to become like a bigger name, because like Kevin Holland has like big fan base and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is kind of like his chance to get more known and get his name out there.
It'd be cool for Kevin Holland to win, just to hear like the BS he says and all that, and like maybe like see what next fight he would get if he were to win. You know, and that's not gonna happen though. You know, if the other guy, if he's like a grappler in any sort. Like, I don't know, I just feel like Kevin Holland just always struggles with grapplers, you know what I mean?
Like, he shows improvement in his wrestling.
Yeah.
But like when it comes down to it, like he's usually like a fish out of water, I'd say.
Relies like on a lot of like just shrimping out, you know,
scrambles and stuff.
Just scrambling, sloppy underhooks and trying to like he'll get a sloppy underhook and try to like push his way out of it, you know what I mean? If he's against the cage or something. He is also lanky, you know, so that's also a big like disadvantage. Yeah. You know.
And then like, and then that's the thing too, is like the guy he's fighting, Rainier, he's kind of like a similar build, or like lankier.
Oh
yeah. So like, it'll be a little interesting just to see how that plays out, because they have a similar build. But like I said, I feel like Rainier de Ridder's gonna take this one. I want to say like round. It's either going to be by decision, because he's the up and comer, the prospect, or I think he's gonna win by submission. It's gonna be one of those two.
The next fight is Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. I want Renato to win. It's like, I don't know, I feel like Beneil Dariush is kind of like, he's had his time in the UFC, you know, like he's had really exciting fights and stuff against really like high level opponents, you know, and I think his shot for the title was kind of like out the window right after he lost to Charles. I want to see Renato against like those like high level guys, you know what I mean, like in the top 5 and stuff. Like see how he would go against them. But I think Renato's gonna win. He's up and coming in the ranks, you know. If he wins this fight, he's gonna be like in like the top 5 matchmaking for, you know, exciting fights will be like higher. Yeah, but Renato's fighting style is like real like.
It's like constant pressure.
Yeah, like he's always like, he just doesn't let off the gas, and he's not afraid to like scramble and go for takedowns and all that.
And even when he's losing the fight, like he's always looking to come back into it.
Yeah. I think it just depends on who wants it more. I want Renato to win.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Renato.
Yeah. This is one of those fights for me where I really like both guys.
Yeah, like both guys are cool. I like Beneil because he's a good guy. He's like real humble, genuinely family guy. You know, he glorifies God and stuff, and like he always gives credit to him.
And I would agree, like, in saying that like Moicano would win too. If it wasn't for like Dariush's like grappling like pedigree, you know.
Yeah.
Cause like we've seen Moicano, like he's grappled with like Jalen Turner.
Yeah.
He fought. Who was the last guy he fought? Oh, Benoit Saint Denis, where he just basically was like controlling him the whole time. Like I feel like when he's against like people with no grappling or little to no grappling, like he does a lot better. And he usually always gets caught. Like he's always like gets wobbled a little bit and has to like come back.
Yeah.
So I feel like going against Dariush, who's kind of like a higher caliber of opponent.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll know how to like capitalize on like, him rocking him. Like if he gets him rocked, he's not gonna like just stand there and wait for him to get up. I think he'll follow up with it.
Yeah. You're talking about Renato?
No, I'm talking about Dariush.
Oh,
I think Dariush, if he rocks Moicano, he's like more likely to like jump on it. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of see Dariush winning this one, and kind of maintaining his top position or his ranking. But I do see like Moicano giving him like a hard time in terms of like the pressure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Dariush.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be a good fight. Bro. I feel like it's gonna be like a dog fight, bro. Like,
yeah, I could even see it being like fight of the night, to be honest. And then the feature fight of the night, we got Jamal Hill taking on Yuri Prochazka. And what I think it's been like a long-awaited fight. Like they were supposed to fight when like Jamal Hill had the belt, and he was gonna defend it against Yuri when he came back. But it didn't happen because Jamal Hill ended up messing up his Achilles tendon. They're both coming off of losses to Alex Ferreira. They both got knocked out. And Jamal Hill's making his case that like that that didn't
slipped.
count. Yeah, it
He
slipped. He got caught. So we'll see. Maybe this like mentality of Jamal Hill will help him out. Maybe he's like a little bit more like with a chip on his shoulder, like you said. So maybe like that'll make him more like just on guard, more defensive.
Yeah.
And
trying to slip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yeah. And Yuri too, like he has his unconventional like training styles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays into it.
Bro, like if I was Jamal Hill, like after seeing like how Alex Pereira's corner broke down Yuri's like fighting style, you know, because they notice how like he keeps his hands low, you know, and so if I was Jamal Hill, like I would try to take advantage of that, you know, because you just can't switch up a fighter's like stance and the way they fight, you know what I mean?
You can't change old habits.
Yeah, and so I would like capitalize on that. I don't want Jamal Hill to win though. That's the thing. Like,
yeah. I feel like if he wins, we'll never hear the end of it. Like he's always gonna be like, I told you. I'm coming.
Nah, but I want Yuri to win. I feel like if Yuri were to win, he would win.
He has to catch him.
That's gonna be a really good fight too, because there is a lot at stake, you know, and just like the back and forth that they had leading up to when Jamal was the champion. You know what I mean? So I feel like there is a lot of like engagement in this fight in terms of like hype and all that. I feel like this could even be like if Merab and like Umar weren't in it, they could have easily been the co-main event, and it would have been a banger fight too. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I'm going with Yuri because it's the boy.
Yeah. Now, as much as I want Yuri to win, I really want him to win. I feel like his lack of defense is going to catch him again. And Jamal Hill is going to end up just like... Because I rewatched both of their fights with Glover Teixeira. And Jamal Hill, like, he put on a clinic for 5 straight rounds. He was piecing up Glover. And Yuri Prochazka, like, he barely made it by him. And, like, submitted him at the very end.
Yeah, that is true.
So I feel like that's something to consider too. Like Yuri's always in the fight; he's never like out of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jamal Hill's gonna win. I can see him like TKOing Yuri, or similarly to like him beating Glover. I can see him like outpointing him the whole time, just keeping him at range, just hitting him with the jab, and winning that way. Co-main event for the bantamweight championship, we got Merab Dvalishvili defending his belt against Umar Nurmagomedov. And this is one of those fights where it's like Umar is riding off like I feel like he's riding the hype of his cousin's last name.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, Khabib was your cousin, like let's push you to the top as quick as we can.
Yeah.
Because his only ranked fight is Corey Sandhagen, which I don't think is like a crazy. Like you saw what Merab had to do to get to the belt. He had to beat Cejudo, Petr Yan.
Yeah, like killers, bro. Like just...
even O'Malley, like it's like he had to go through this like killers, bro, to get to the belt, and then like Nurmagomedov is like, oh, here's Sandhagen.
That's crazy, a little washed out Sandhagen,
but
it was an entertaining fight still. Though.
Yeah, but that being said, I still feel like Umar like he's like a nightmare matchup for Merab, just because like I feel like he cancels out his grappling. He's better striking, better kicks, better. I feel like he's better overall.
Yeah. And
unless Merab like really pushes his cardio, I don't really see him like winning in this fight.
Yeah, Umar's like a little mini, like Islam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Umar is like Merab's kryptonite. You know, and Merab, he has like. Well, I don't know, bro. I can't say he has a grappling advantage because like
I feel like his only advantage is the cardio right now.
Yeah, and then not just that, like because I've also been watching like Demetrius Johnson's like his like training videos with like Khabib and Islam in them, and like yeah, bro, like in the entire video like they're just doing like a ton of heavy wrestling, and the people who they're wrestling against are like either middleweights. Or people who are like 175, yeah, like just heavier, and they're from like Dagestan, and some of them are like Olympic like wrestlers from Russia and all that, and yeah, bro, I don't know.
Yeah, and then that's the thing too is like I feel like Umar's been in Merab's head. Like, you see how mad he's been getting him just by like saying the smallest things, and like Merab gets crazy. So I feel like if Merab can't keep his composure, especially, like, I don't think there's any way he holds on to his gas tank. Yeah. So I see Umar winning this one, kind of like, I don't see him really like finishing it. I see them kind of like a chess match where they're just like checkmate. Yeah. And not Merab. Umar's gonna win by points. Like, he's gonna outpoint him and win that way.
Bro. Like he's gonna get with the knee.
The knee? I can see that.
Knee to the dome.
I can see that too. Or a head kick too, because like he has really snappy kicks, like really good kicks. So I can see that. But either way, I got Merab, or not Merab. I got Umar winning.
Yeah, same. For the main event, we got Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. I gotta go with Islam. Like, he's just like, he's proven himself over and over again, and like over and over again. I didn't want him to win, and he's won, and I'm just like, man, bro. Like, I remember after he beat Charles, I was like, nah, bro. Like, I'm praying on this guy's downfall. And then he's like, he fought Volk, and then he won. And then he fought him again. He knocked him out. And then he fought Dustin. And then he like finished him. And I think after he fought Volk, I was like, all right, like
this guy's.
He got my respect, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know, exactly. It's like, and then not just that, he's also like, he's proven himself with not. For me, I was like, I know he's gonna be good in grappling, but he's proven himself in like in the striking. You know,
going toe to toe with Dustin is pretty crazy to say.
And like, even though like maybe it took him till the end, it just showed how durable he is and how much he can take and is willing to go. So,
and how at like any moment he can finish a fight.
Yeah, dude. Like, Islam's like a force to be reckoned with, and I feel like he's gonna win. And he's gonna retire.
I know they fought before, like Arman and Islam, but like since then, I feel like they've both improved. But Islam is like, he's just gone like even better, you know, like bro. Like when you compare like him fighting Charles and Arman fighting Charles, like Charles almost finished Arman like twice. And Islam, like, he finished Charles like relatively easily, you know, like Charles didn't really have anything from in that fight, like so I feel like just showing how far like Islam has come in the sport, I think it's possible like Arman wins, but I don't really see that like happening like in any way. I see Islam winning by, I can see like a submission. Maybe he gets another Dariush choke, because he's always talking about how that's his favorite choke.
Yeah, he just watched the podcast. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I was like, he might get another Dariush choke or something, you know, or TKO or something. But I feel like also like Arman, like having like knowing he lost to him, you know, who knows if he'll still have that fear, or like you know, if it'll bother him and stuff.
I feel like he might even come out like with like guns blazing, because he's like, nah, I almost beat this guy on my debut. Like, let me show him how good I've gotten. Yeah. But I have Islam winning. I'm probably gonna say by submission in the later rounds, like 3 or 4.
Yeah, same.
That does it for UFC 311. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. And we're looking forward to this year. We're gonna hope to put out more content. We're gonna just do our best to stay consistent.
Yeah, and appear more often. Like, because last year time management was not it. We're gonna put out more content and then just try to diverse, with like different videos. You know, maybe giving like our top 5 lists of like our favorite fighters or
different
something.
Different like rankings, stuff like that.
I know. I also do want to do like a live reaction or something like to like some fights, because I know we sit here and we talk and like we're giving our opinion. But like when we're watching the fight, it's like the energy's different, you know. Like, yeah, we do have a lot of plans for this year to like push out a lot of content.
So that'll do it for this video. We appreciate you guys for watching. See you next time.